Legend of Total War here, and today we've got another 7-year disaster, the Vortex campaign for Total War Warhammer 2. And this one is in very bad shape. So, he's lost his army. He said that Kroq-Gar was in forced march and that Clan Moors him. It's the only enemy he's got, that's Clan Moors, but looking at it, Clan Moors is pretty damn strong by comparison. Of course it would be, we've got nothing. So what can we do? There is no garrison buildings here, so holding a defense here against this kind of army, it's like we'll do some damage to them, but we won't win, and that'll lose our capital. So what do we do then? We have no recruitment buildings here, so we can't raise an army in time to stop them. So what do? Well, here's the thing. We do nothing. You might think, what? You do nothing? Here's our saving grace. We have to understand certain things that sometimes you have to sacrifice in order to win. We can't just get everything our way. We're probably going to lose the Temple of Skulls. He's sent this to me way too late. I can't save it with what we've got here. It's too badly outpowered. This is our only hope. With this, we would destroy these armies, retake the settlement, and push as far as possible before we essentially, just run out of force. Now, he's got a lot of growth saved up. So as long as we've got money, we'll be able to rebuild Temple of Skulls. So that's okay. I'll probably not be able to get back to level 4, but you're either going to lose or accept this down to level 3. Now, he's built a lot of growth buildings. So that's great. It didn't really help him in the long run here, did it? But so it's not going to help us anymore. So we're going to get rid of that. And we're going to build in its place. Actually, we're not going to build anything in its place because we don't have enough money for Rite of Primeval Glory just yet. If I do any of these other ones here, like this will just slow them down. There's really no point. Once we get this will be everything that we need to just get them out of here. Same with this. We don't. It's not bad. I mean, income from all buildings plus 10%. It's not making a whole lot of money. You didn't build the income building here, which would have probably helped you a lot more. So, I could see how he got himself into this situation. It's going to be tough to get out of it, but like I said, this is our saving grace. We can't cast it until the siege is lifted, which, since it's going to be virtually impossible for us to lift it, we have to just wait for them to take it, and this becomes our capital, and then we just retake it. So until then, there's nothing really else we can do. We just have to wait. It sucks, but that's just the way it is, And 12,000 is a lot of money to save up. But since we have no army, we use that to our advantage. We can make that money in 4 turns. That's if we had no money left over, which we do. So I'm not going to spend anything, because it's pointless. What was I hire? Skinks? Skinks would be able to beat one of those armies, but we got 2. And if you can't win, there's no point. But you know what will win? Fucking Stegodons and Dinosaurs. Do you remember when I was playing as Clan Pestilence in that other SYDC? And the Itza had an army of the Rite of Primeval Glory. I avoided that thing like the plague, even though we had more armies than it. If we were going to take it on. I had to, in order to take it out, I had to use 2 armies versus 1, basically. Pretty sure. Can't remember, actually. So, next turn we'll have enough money for it. So this siege might go on for a while. We've got... Here's the thing. When they take it, they might leave that at level 1. They might bring it up to level 2. They might bring it up to level 5. Who knows? It just depends on how much food they're willing to use up. But whatever it's left at, whenever we take it, it's going to get lowered down a level. It would be only by a sheer miracle if we came back here and this would be at level 4. But most of these buildings will probably get destroyed. But truth be told, that's okay. Yeah. Like I'd want to get this building here, because I do like Skink Chiefs. Actually, I think that the Lizardmen have some of the best heroes, but we can't do anything about that right now. Definitely want to leave that there. We need the money. Don't think there's any diplomacy we can do. And if we do this right now, like I said, we can cause a little bit of attrition, but I won't be able to cast this for 5 turns, so we'll just wait. And if I start recruiting another army, well then I won't have enough money to use the Rite of Primeval Glory. And we're going to need some money to pay those troops once they're here, because, you know, they're going to be pretty damn expensive. If we could go a couple of turns before going broke with them, that'd be great. The whole point of them would be to just push as far out this way as possible. And don't forget as well, we'll get Kroq-Gar back in 4 turns. He'll lead them. And we'll just push as far out here as possible before the army has to be disbanded, and then try to rebuild from there. So it's just basically, I don't know what strategy you call that. Fucking bullhorn strategy. I don't know. Take a bunch of temporary territory to buy yourself time. Just charge in like a rhino and just clear the path. Make it so that Clan Moors has to reconsolidate all those territories and gain some loot while we're there. So sack and just burn the shit down in order to pay for the army. Destroy their armies, kill their generals. Wonder if we could have confederated with them. I mean, I checked with diplomacy before starting this, and no one's going to negotiate with us. We're too weak. I can't believe we built 2 growth buildings in one region. If you can protect the region, you know, fine. You know, get up to tier 5 and then demolish it. It's great. But, you know, if you had walls here, we might have been able to repel this. If you had built a money building, maybe you wouldn't have lost your army because you would have been able to afford a better troops. It's tier 4. You could have gotten Stegodons. Stegodons! This is like the best unit in the game. Okay, we've got enough money for this, but we can't... I can't do it whilst it's under siege. Maybe we could try to bribe them.
Clan Moors is mighty. You are not. Impress quick or die.
It won't work. That never works.
The council is disappointed.
Now, what we could do is sally out and lose, so that they take the settlement and then get it. But it would probably be better just to wait. We need to accumulate as much cash as possible. Moving on. It's weird to sit here and do nothing. But we're doing nothing with a plan. As Tyrion Lannister once said, sometimes the wisest thing to do is nothing. Oh, I mean, there's only so many armies that my army will be able to, the Rite of Primeval Glory will be able to take on. Then again, they'll have Kroq-Gar. I don't know what skills he's got. If he's not on his Carnosaur, then I'll just be like, I'm not even going to send a save file back to him. Because he just needs to not play this campaign. I'm sure that he is on his Carnosaur. If he's level 21, he's got to be on his Carnosaur.
Cohort City Bok.
Yeah, if they send all 3 armies out against us, that could be difficult, but I think I can manage. It's such a strong army that we get. So yeah, So again, we wait. Maybe they'll make the attack this turn. So if I had recruited a couple of skinks by now, and come over, they wouldn't have made a bit of difference. Not one bit. Also, there's more than a turn's time. Okay, we'll fight this battle to try to kill as many of them as possible. Because if we auto-resolve it, we'll do nothing. But there's no hope of victory. But in our defeat, there's still a hope. We haven't lost the campaign yet. Like I said, I got a plan. It's a terrible plan, but it's the only one that I think will work. And has the highest chance of working. I think sending an army, you know, a recruited skink javelin army over here, the chance of that succeeding would have been next to none. Because this isn't just clan rats we're up against, these are some good Skaven units. And I know Skaven are weak, right? But using a tier 1 army up against tier 4 units, yeah, not gonna work. Alright. Get them to shoot their javelins down there. What's coming up here? Plague monks, storm vermin. Well, stay there just so that we can utilize the towers. I'm really not a big fan of Kroq-Gars. Maybe I just don't know how to use them properly, but I usually just don't find them to be that effective. I like Stegodons though. I prefer the regular Stegodons, not feral Stegodons. Alright. So eventually they'll come in. I'll need to make sure. Hang on, why don't you stay here? Because I know that Kroq-Gars work best in conjunction with, you know, in amongst other warriors. If they're on their own, they just get wrecked because of their high hitbox. And have you spread out there. Your job is just to delay them as long as possible. Now I need to make sure we hit the right targets. Try to... You might actually be able to destroy that... No, you won't. You won't destroy it. Maybe if we had upgraded... Actually, hang on. Can you get that? I wonder if they would ever use like the underway clan rats things just to cap the town. I wonder if that works. I hope when they do take it, they bring it up to level 4 or something. That would be great for us. So we just do the best we can. I'll tell you what, when I get this settlement back, if I get it back, you better be damn sure I'm going to build walls here. Well, may not even need to. Depends on what level the settlement comes back is. Because I believe Lizardmen upgraded towers are incredibly powerful. But that's like tier 4 and 5. So, as I've said before, we cannot win this battle. This can't be done. The hope here is that we can do enough damage to wipe out, you know, 1 or 2 of their units. Especially units that are going to give beasts a hard time in the upcoming fight. I should shoot the rat ogres that would be best. Maybe if I bring these guys down the ground now. The Kroq-Gars are doing alright there. This is here just to prevent them from capping the town too early. What if Kroq-Gar will have a lightning strike? That'll come in handy if he's got a full army of beasts. Yeah, if we can wipe out that rat ogre, that would be good. And the Dinosaurs will wreck him. We can wreck him now. Just wait. Don't fire at will if you haven't got a good target. Yeah, they're gonna cap the town. We can't do anything to stop them, so don't worry about it too much for these bad rats. Would have been better if we could used up our ammo, but they couldn't get a good target in. That wizard there is not going to be able to do shit once we've got an army of all of these guys. But still, let's just try to do some damage to him. They'll be capping this soon, but we'll get the army loss penalty soon anyway, so... Okay. So those rat ogres, did we kill them all off, or did they run away? Because I don't see them in there. Holding out as long as we can. They still haven't capped this, so we still got 200 seconds before that. But the army loss penalty will be inflicted before then, though. Even though they're doing really well here, there's just too many Skaven. So as you can see, our beasts did the best job in this battle. Actually, no, this guy here, Sorcerers, they did really well. No, the Kroq-Gars did. So yeah, they work well in a big blob. hold on as long as you can. You got 3 minutes to keep fighting. The more damage we do to them, the longer it will take them to recover. The easier it will be for our beastly army to just retake this and crush them. Cool, they killed the enemy lord. That just means they're not going to get any experience. They'll replace it. But any units that break, we can get in, do some damage to them. Yeah, those Kroq-Gars are exceeding my expectations of Kroq. There's the army loss penalty. Stegodon running away with 3/4 of its health. Oh, it's not out yet. I thought the army loss penalty was inflicted. It's got to be soon though. So. Another problem as well, you know, they will get a lot of replenishment over the end turn. There we go. Did the best I could. So we inflicted a lot of casualties. The Rat Ogres did die. That unit there looks like it's probably not wiped. I don't know. It's too close to tell. I mean, you really do need to wipe it out for it to go away. But now it's time to hire the saving grace. And if we had wasted any money up until now, we wouldn't have been able to pull this off. Well, let's just... hang on. Okay, so at the very least, it's going to take this army some time to recover. Yeah, through replenishment. So let's hope that they upgraded it. So we got a new capital now. So they're on their way to the other settlement. Wait, are they? No, not yet. Just in time for Kroq-Gar to be used. And we gained ourselves some Blessed Cold One Spear Riders. Okay, it's totally not useful, but whatever. This is going to be very expensive. So we need to move fast. Here we go. We're not going to be able to afford them. Oh, I thought it'd be worse than that. I was hoping for more feral carnosaurs, but it's not so bad. Doesn't even matter if they ambush us. Alright, you're out. Good. If he wasn't on Grimlock, it would have been annoyed. Let's have a look at how he's leveled him up. Okay, so, Proud Warrior. Well, maybe, I don't know. Kroq-Gars and Temple Guard. So he's got this, that's good. Doesn't have Lightning Strike. That's okay. We've got enough money to get us through about 7 turns. Not gonna build anything here. They might come out and attack us next turn. So these ones, oh wow, they're cheap in upkeep. Only 88. But if I hire 4 of them, that's gonna buy us less time. Then I'll just hire 2. Let's Still got 6 turns until we run out of money. Can always demolish these buildings if I absolutely need to. So Temple of Skulls, we don't know what it's left at. Nothing to recruit. Let's see how we go from here. I'm hoping that when we take it back, that it's at least level 2. That when we get it. Because we've got enough growth to build it up. They're going to need to loot all the way through. So we don't want to sack the Temple of Skulls. Actually, it depends on what level it is. If we take it and it's sitting there right now on level 2, then we might as well. So they're going to go for it. It's an ambush, that's fine. That's probably actually better. This. The biggest problem with these guys is going to be, of course, the rampage. Let's do this. Cold One Spear Riders, keep them out of combat. Their job is just to run down enemy units. That's all. They are not good fighters. And this is the perfect situation for them to do that. If we can kill the enemy general nice and early, that would also be good as well. Also need to consider that any damage that we take, we're going to get a little bit of healing, but not a lot. Maybe I shouldn't have actually destroyed the replenishment building, but I don't know. Go, go, go. Let's go for the warp lightning cannons. Get these guys. Reinforcements are coming from our rear. We gotta get rid of that shit. Get rid of that warp lightning cannon. They're dangerous to us. Taking a shitload of damage, and this is the first army of 3. I've got this. Forget about that sometimes. Lob up together, you'll be more useful like that. Actually, I should really keep him over here. God damn, there's 3 of these armies. Where's the enemy general? Stick together, guys. Stick together. Where's the general? I don't see where he is. There he is. He was over on the other side. Get over here, you gotta support them. Like I said, make sure that these guys run down their most important units, like the warp lightning cannons. Storm vermin with halberds, good for us to deal with. It's good that they're using the magic. Maybe best to leave their general alive if they're gonna keep doing stupid shit like that. Okay, now that they're together, they're doing a lot better. Like I said, this is just one of 3, but one of the armies is very weak. If we could slow them down. Maybe I should have hired the other 2. time being because they're not good fighters. Like I said, they're just there for running down enemy units, but they're sending a lot out at them, which can work in our favor if we just keep them out of the combat. Those guys didn't last long. Someone over there. Need some more abilities to use. Right there, like I said, they'll be doing more damage to themselves there. Okay, you come over here, you can take on those globe bombardier. Oh shit. Slowing me down by 20%. It's taking a lot of damage. Recharge them here. One of these. You know what? Losing this wouldn't be that bad as long as none of them die. Because what are we really losing here? We're just losing a little bit of ground. They probably won't be able to catch up to us. And we'll still get replenishment. Just make sure none of them die. Including him. Especially him. Well, even if we lose this, we are smashing this army. Theirs. They're smashing our army too. I need to get Kroq-Gar back in there to use his ability. But he's close to death. Where's the enemy general? It's hard to see them in all this shit. There he is. Go snipe him. So that thing would be probably better to take out. Kill him. I don't know, we might actually win this. No. Get him out of there. He's out for the rest of the battle. Get him out, get him out, get him out, get him out. You're done for now. You're just done. Get out. The enemy general's dead, that's good. None of our guys have died. Well, except for maybe the cavalry. What do they matter? They may have more reinforcements still coming. You just stay out of it. Don't. I can't withdraw them from the battle. Funny thing is, it'd probably take him more than 4 turns to replenish. If he dies in this battle here or gets wounded, how do you go for kills? 140? Yeah, just have a whole bunch of them chase you for the time being. So they're dead. Yeah, run down shattered units. Keep them moving. Momentum's what's the beast's best friend. I wanted them to attack that, but they just wouldn't go for it. Anyway, they're almost out of ammo. Shit. So I want him to be running down enemy units. It's gonna be close. Oh, we got 2 guys over here. Get them back into the fight. What's up with those ones? Most concerned about this guy here. He's not faring so well. Yeah, I never thought I'd enjoy playing as Elizabeth as much as I do. They're actually one of my favorite factions. Not the best of ideas to charge him in there, but I figured I could help a little bit. Didn't take any damage on that either. So keep the beasts together. Okay, this one here's taking too much damage. Get him out. Shit. So have you. Get out, get out, get out, get out. Shit. Another fucking cannon. Get it out. Get it out of there. You might actually need to fight that. 41 health left. Shit. Come on, you get 24 health left, survive. What's going on with this one? Oh, it's this. They're still summoning more units. No, you are definitely out of it for the time being. Just get away. When is the army loss penalty going to be inflicted on them? Fuck. You can't let that come back. Actually, no. We'll let another one go deal with it. You go run down shattered units. Any shattered units you can go run down? Nope. Keep him out of it now. Too much damage. I think the army loss penalty was just inflicted on them. We actually won. And this is where we start turning things around. Now, unfortunately, there's no replenishment thing that we can get for them for captives. It's just good that we're in friendly territory. I don't know if we'll be able to pursue them either. So run down as many of them as we can. Don't know if it's worth it to kill their generals since they'll just replace them. But, you know, they won't be replacing them at high levels. Where did this one go? Every extra kill counts. Good job there. Totally missed. That might actually kill it. Is there a dead rat there? I think he got away. Alright, so all of our beasts still live. I think this one here got wiped out, but you know, we can replace him. Yeah, all of our beasts, big beasts, live. So we'll probably get 10%, 15% of our health replenished. Actually, really wishing I didn't watch that thing. Yeah, so that... Well, that'll just help that unit. It's not going to help. Be good to have the money, but we can't afford the replenishment rate loss. Now, unfortunately as well, they get more replenishment than us. But they certainly took a beating. They're in force march, so if we fought them again, we'd wipe them out. But the thing is, they'll replenish from their losses maybe 30%, maybe. They'll get 10%. Our units are better, and they're on force march. So looking at this, maybe that's about 15%. Hard to say. Let's see here. Gift of the Jungle would have been very helpful for you. If I go into encamp mode, let me just have a look. They're not recruiting anything. So, okay, they're replenishing, you know, at a reasonable rate. If I go into encamp mode, do recover a lot faster. There's nothing to recruit though. Wait, wasn't this at 900? Why did we lose money? Did our units get more expensive or something? They were at 88 before. Why did the price go up?
No, you failed. No, need my warp token stash.
I really don't like how damaged they are.
No, you failed.
If we attack this, I don't think the garrison comes out to help. No, it does. We can win. Maybe we can win this. I know the odds are bad, but they've got 4 armies that are coming in from all over the place. Hopefully. And 3 of them are in force march. If we win here, we push on to the capital. Alright, so reinforcements are coming from here. We should take them out first. I think that's where the other thing are coming. Leave these guys hidden over... Let's see, just leave them hidden there for the time being. The great news is fighting them on the edge. As soon as they break, you know, they're off. So good. Taking out their warp lightning cannon without them having a chance to fight back is really good. Yeah, we'll need to actually use the cavalry. We've also got these guys to help pin them down. Great if they actually broke. Break the right way, please. Still, we're not really taking any serious damage here, so it's a good start. Yeah, this is definitely a good start. We'll get some chance to rest before we take on the other army. I don't think they've got any artillery left in that. We might actually manage this. He runs off the battlefield, but he's as good as dead anyway. Okay, that's a good start. It's a good start. They lost a lot of men off that. And they've wasted, hopefully, all of their clan rat shit. Yeah, I really miss the old one. I mean, it's good that you can use this constantly, but being able to heal these units would have been more helpful. Because honestly, if they go into rampage, it's not that big of a deal. Get organized, get organized. So they're the vanguard. Gotta be very careful about this guy here, especially around those Deathglow Bombardiers, whatever, fuck. Potting this down on top of them. Now might be okay. They're not the disintegrating ones. It's fine. Them wasting their ammo on it, it's fine. There's the general. We gotta kill him. It'll help make the rest of them rout. You just start moving around over here. Go around this way. Actually, I won't be able to get in through that. Okay, this guy here, I might keep him out of the fight to begin with. He's just too badly damaged. Right, there's your target. Go. As I said, stay together. You hang back. You guys go around. Stay together. Like we can still use him in combat. We just have to be a little bit more careful with him. That's all. Get over here. What happened to their general? Don't think we killed him. Okay, make sure we take these ones out over here. Alright, send him in now. No, not yet, not yet. Okay, now. This one over here. Get them to run off units. He's only got 600 health left. Everyone help him. Looks to me like we're gonna win this. Get him out. Get him the fuck out. That's it. Herd them off the battlefield. That's great. Good. We won. And all their forced march armies don't count for shit now, because they're all dead. Like I said, at the beginning of this campaign we had no tools to work with. I set up a situation that gave us the tools that we needed to work with, and it's working. Hopefully this gives us a decent amount of money that we can reinvest to rebuild, because we're going to need to rebuild after all this. So that one got wiped out, but, you know, whatever. Sacrificed his suits. Yeah. That should be dead as well, right? No, he didn't actually show up. Huh. But the garrison... I thought we took out... No, the garrison wasn't in forced march. I thought there was 4 armies in all that. Alright, so he's going to level up. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Like, what you really do need this, but at the same time, it's going to take a long time to get there. Like, you've already put 1 point into this. We need 3 more, then 4. So 7 until we get there. And then you can reduce upkeep costs as well, which you don't have to do. Probably best we increase his ambush success chance. You may want to use that later on in the campaign. Okay. Now we need to take the city. Unfortunately, some of these guys are really badly damaged, so they have to be kept out of the firing range. What level is it? Fuck! Alright. Well, sack and occupy. That's our only choice. Well, it's not our only choice, it's just that we can make, well... Maybe we should just occupy it. Depends how much money we'd get from sacking it. So they basically didn't invest any food into this to keep it high level. We've got enough growth, we've got 4, so we'll get it to level 3 easily enough, but getting it back up to level 4 will take some time. Alright, I want to punch through their center. Some of these units are not going to fight on this battle. This guy here, he's not fighting. Keep him back. And if they shoot at him, just withdraw him from the battlefield. He's just too badly damaged. Everyone else should be okay. They're not activating towers near him, so it's okay. Alright, these guys here should be able to take on some Skaven slaves. Oh, right. Forgot to use them. That's fine. They don't matter. We don't need them. Yeah, we don't withdraw him from the battlefield because he still counts as some balance of power. As long as he's here, it'll be easier to get the bonus. Sorry, the penalty on them. Six kills, better than nothing. Can't control my units. What are you doing? Good, the enemy general's dead. Makes it a lot easier to route their units. Just get them off the battlefield. Watch out for them. Okay, beeline for here and just cap the town. That'll get all these guys off the wall. Shit, what are you doing here? I want to put it on this unit, but they're not coming off. Oh, hang on. This is good. Get it on those night runners. I'm really looking for the next Lizardmen DLC. I hope that they make the faction even more fun to play with. They're already amazing. Love playing with the Lizardmen. I've been holding off on playing them on live streams just because I know DLC's coming. Don't give a dusty fuck about the bloody Skaven though. That's been capped. Yeah, because they've lost so many armies, it might actually take some time for them to rebuild them as well. Which is good. Buying us some time to really push forward. There we go, they got the army loss penalty. Now, we take the region back, but it's of course nowhere near as valuable as it used to be. So, it's a bittersweet victory, and we still need to push forward. I guess all that growth you saved up will come in handy now. Would have been better just to not lose it in the first place. See, we're not going to get any replenishment off that, because that only affects like actual units. It doesn't feed the Carnosaurs. So
Watch your back, Tail.
occupied, I guess. That way the settlement's not damaged. Otherwise I gotta repair it. Alright, this building doesn't belong here. It belongs over there. Let's get it upgraded. There's going to be a revolt here. Okay, replenishment's yeah, decent. Okay. So we've got enough money to get us through the next, let's see, supposed to survive 8 turns. So it just depends on whether or not we want to build anything else up here. So there's this. Building these is alright because it allows us to recruit skink chiefs at a higher level. You don't really need this. Like, it doesn't matter about the upkeep cost for skink and chameleon units. They're not really a huge concern. Probably won't worry about that right now. Eventually demolish that and build it, but right now, build the skink spawning pool here, because obviously tier 3 get up to here. And they cost 900. We'll get some money coming up in here. It's not going to be enough to pay for this, but it's a start. I could recruit some more units, but honestly, they're just fodder in the army right now. Actually, if we recruit this, will that barracks cut? I guess we could do a little bit of an experiment and check. I'll recruit 2. It's not going to slow us down on the battlefield. Yeah, I'll recruit 2. Let's see what happens. If they don't get recruited, I don't care. We'll get our money back at least. Now, in order to actually keep this army, we need to acquire 1,500 gold worth of assets. That's going to be fairly difficult taking away from crappy Skaven. But we'll see what we can do. Probably would be a good idea we signed this. I heard that these guys gave him some trouble, so yeah, you don't want to fight them right now. Now, disaster's averted, but we need to make sure that if I hand it back to him, he's not just going to get into the same problem again. Okay, got recruited. Cool. We've got about 4 turns worth of money. But if we win another victory, that'll be good for money. If we use up 50% of our movement, we should still be able to make it to Serpent Coast next turn. got public order problems. So what we're going to have to do is capture this and then head back over here to deal with the revolt. If we get captured again, whatever. Good to see that Kroq-Gar will be back up at full strength. And these guys they're getting good. They're lifesavers here. We would not have won those battles with skinks. Even if we had used up all of our money, you know, and gotten into negative 4,000, it wouldn't have made a difference. Alright, so upgrading this will increase our income by a little bit as well. Okay, so let's see here. We need... Yeah, not right now. You need money. Extra 180. Help offset this income deficit. We'll have another build slot next turn. Which, of course, we have to keep building up the Temple of Skulls. I won't be able to get it back up to level 4, but I can get it back up to level 3. Alright, so they've put another army there. It's on force march, so... if you're standing outside the settlement or inside it, it's dead, provided we win. Now, because it's also turned 70-ish, they're going to start recruiting a lot better units as well. So we really do need to lay the smackdown on them quickly before... because if they start recruiting lots of storm vermin with halberdiers, you know, our guys are not going to be able to handle that. If it's full of clan rats, no problem. But that's the tier 1 unit. They're not going to recruit them late campaign. And we're approaching late campaign. So it will revolt. But the revolt won't take the settlement right away. We have to do this. We've got to attack, attack, attack. Alright, so what do they got? That Doom Wheel might be a little bit of a problem. Storm Vermin Sword and Shields aren't a problem. Let's kill them. Now, it would be best if we could minimize the damage done to these guys. Because obviously, it doesn't matter if these guys take a bit of damage here, because they're going to sit here and replenish about 15% of their damage. I'm pretty confident we're going to win this no matter what. It's just a matter of making sure that certain units don't take too much damage. So maybe I'll leave the Carnosaurs, I'll leave these two Carnosaurs out of this particular fight. Just leave them in reserve. Oh no, that one's fine. Don't care about these guys, they're easily replaced, so send them in. Keep these guys together on the flanks. So just keep them back. Okay, now's the best time to go at them while they're reforming. Like I said, the monsters need to stay together. That's where they fight best. Keeping them spread out is where they get fucked. They get surrounded and their hitboxes, everyone's attacking them. Whereas if they're together, it's not so easy because everyone's getting disrupted. Okay, General is over there. Keep these guys close by. Like, we can use them, just at least not with the initial charge. They're focused on all those units. What the fuck are you doing? I told you to come over here. Is that the general there? No, this is there. Actually, it might be best to take out that Doom Wheel first. about them. You guys will come around here and flank. If I charge them in here, they'll lose. Because they're shit. There's the general. Stay together. Need you over here. Now, it doesn't matter if we loot and occupy this settlement, I think. Maybe even sack and occupy. Well, I don't have that much movement left. We should have checked. Like I said before, we gotta keep making money in order to pay for these guys. Gotta keep winning battles. Because once we're out of money, that's it. They can start taking attrition. It'd be hard to pay for them after that. Gotta make 1,500 a turn in loot every turn to keep these guys alive. Taking more damage than I would have liked. What's that doom wheel? Problem is, I can give a command on them and then they go berserk and then they forget their command, so I have to constantly reissue the same bloody commands over and over again. I don't care about them, they can be replaced. They didn't do half bad either. That doom wheel's pretty much out. This guy, he's taking more damage. Would have been good if we had killed that general, but how many times have I selected for them to attack it? They just get disrupted. Ah, 47 kills on that did well. At least with this, we also take out another Skaven army, slowing them down, slowing down their counter-attack. Also, another good thing is that they're gaining experience, so they'll be even tougher in future fights. Okay, I think the battle's won. Good. Damage is significant, but nothing that we can't replenish over a couple of turns. It'll be okay. Decisive Pyrrhic. Whatever. I was hoping for more experience because we need to get that extra replenishment up. The more replenishment we get, the more often we can fight with these guys. As we've seen in my Bretonia last stream, replenishment's pretty damn important, especially if you're in a difficult situation. It's just lucky with the New World factions, there's lots of things they can do to increase replenishment, whereas the Old World factions don't have so much. Sometimes none. I'll pay them for quite some time.
Take what you want.
But it'll also knock the settlement down to 1. I'll go with this. Don't know if I'd have enough movement to get there. I should have checked, but at least that's done. Okay, so there's definitely going to be a revolt here, so it didn't matter if we looted it or not. But if we see here, that'll just be useful for after the revolt. Provide extra public order. Alright, so Serpent Coast, they've got a building here that we will not need here. We'll need it in the other province. Yeah, because we'll want to upgrade that. Well, probably not right away, because they're probably going to send someone over here to attack it, so now might not be the best time. They should help with replenishment and growth, get things back up to scratch. But eventually you're going to want to recruit better units. I mean, there's no point getting this until... hang on. You know what? I will build this here, because this is our next destination. How long is it going to take? 1 turn. And the extra 4% and a bit of extra growth will come in handy. Maybe I will actually replace this. Let me have a look at Clan Moore's strength ranking. No, they've still got more armies.
Bow to Queek.
Oh, wow.
Make Musk of fear, yes, yes.
No deal. Not yet. I'm beating them. I'm beating them now. We can handle this. Moving on. Like I say, won't be able to get there. Probably won't be able to get there in 1 turn. Yeah, they've still got more armies. They may very well recapture Serpent Coast, which is why I was a bit iffy on putting money into it. So they take the settlement, then we just take it straight back. It just loses 1 level. What does it matter? And if that was the case, maybe it would have been better to sack and occupy, because that would have brought it straight back down to level 1 as well. Also, if we can now save up 4 growth, then we can just upgrade the capital to get it back to where it was. But getting a wall built at Serpent Coast at level 3 could help to prevent them from attacking further up here. That way you don't need to put walls all the way up here. Alright. So like I said, we're only doing this so that we can get to here. Army's looking pretty decent. Could have recruited. Money's looking better. That's good to see. Okay, we can get to them. Alright, that's good. Upgrade that. Don't upgrade this. Yeah, I don't think we need that. How much money does that cost? Yeah, don't upgrade anything in here. Get this, because a Skink Chief is good. Because they also help to replenish troops. So yeah, get that. And we're low on cash, so we got to be careful. Alright, let's get going. Take this out. This will provide us with a little bit of cash. Now we should fight this battle manually, so that we don't wipe out the army. Now that might seem a little bit weird, because if we auto-resolve it, we'll definitely kill them, but some of our units might get nuked. But if we don't wipe it out, next turn we can attack it again, farm it for experience, get our replenishment up. Kroq-Gar being leveled up is the best thing that we can do right now for this army. And also, once we get enough levels up, we can reduce the upkeep of these troops, and who knows, you may not have to disband any of them. And it's certainly a shit-lot better than Skinks, which is all I would have... I don't know what his army was before it got wiped out, but I'm assuming it wasn't this. we don't have really that much to worry about, so I'm not going to use these units here. Anyone that's damaged, I'm just not going to use. So, these 3 here, not using them. Just going to utilize them. This is how we keep our army constantly on the march. There's no time for resting. You can rest when all your enemies are dead. Or you're dead in turn. Heresy grows from idleness, as they say. Oh, that's a different universe. So just help us scout where they are. Oh shit, there it is. Should have put it on that. Didn't see it until it was too late. Good. Poison your own units. Fine by me. Thing is about the Dinosaurs, since they're the fastest of our units, they're the first into the fight. I don't think they're going to fight too well in there. Alright, speed this up. There's nothing special about this battle. Now another thing you're going to want to get is a skink priest of heavens. Preferably one that's disciplined, but you know, take whatever we can get at this stage. Because for one thing, heavens is just a top 5 law of magic, as I've stated before, and it's good for Curse of the Midnight Wind. If you're going to get into a big blob like this, being able to weaken your enemies, there's no downside to it. Beasts, I don't know, they just don't really have the kick that I like out of my laws of magic. There's nothing particularly special about this army, so it's pretty easy to deal with. You know what? I don't think we need to do a second episode. Or maybe I'll like do it on a live stream instead. That might be better. Live streaming a second episode might be best. That'll only help to replenish these guys. Best to get a little bit of extra experience. Yeah, like I said, we weren't going to be able to catch him, but it's another victory for Kroq-Gar. I don't want to force march him here, even though he'll get extra replenishment if they do besiege the settlement, which they might. Don't know if they will actually. That just means they'll get no replenishment. Better to have some than none. So yeah, I think that Serpent Coast will get taken. Got enough money to last us a couple more turns. Let's keep going. You can always just disband a couple of the units to fix it. Like a couple of the Bastillodons. Like, you don't need them. It's the Dinosaurs that are the real killers. But Bastillodons are still better than nothing. Alright, so they didn't take it, but better safe than sorry. If I had invested any money in that and they took it, that would have been a big waste. Capturing the Golden Tower is a good territory. We definitely should take that. So we're almost at an hour and a half, and I might make this a bit of a long episode, because I just don't think a second episode's needed. Like, it was on death's door, but he's not at war with shitloads of factions. Kroq-Gar's back, and he's got a stronger army than ever. The settlement's lost a level, but, you know, what are you going to do? We're not going to be recruiting, so research rate might actually be good. God damn it, that rebellion recruit a lot of troops, but that can be good for loot money. We are rapidly running out, though. So looking at it, yeah, the Dinosaurs are like way more expensive than the feral Bastillodons. We might need to put a point into geomantic sustenance first. Now I'm not sure if we win this, if they get wiped out or not. Most of our guys are fully recovered now, so we send them all in, except for them. Actually, they're not that much more expensive than the Skinks. Could always demolish a building or cancel one of the constructions to save up a little bit of cash. We get the garrison coming out as well. Maybe don't worry about that. You can always disband them. Let's not worry about disbanding just yet. They can handle this. Oh, whatever. Since they're not coming with us, might as well use them. But yeah, an extra 15% replenishment, you'll be able to fight a battle every single turn against the Skaven without having to rest. That's what it's all about. So that way you don't need a second army, because you can't afford a second army. There's nothing they're going to do. They don't have very good units. Battle not won yet. Okay, we'll be able to recover all the damage that was taken in a turn, no problem. Now, I don't know if that finishes them off. It doesn't matter if we have to get another battle, because more experience the better for Kroq-Gar. We can actually get these costs down. Even 3% would make a big difference. It's good. All this extra experience that they've got now, they're even tougher than they were when we hired them. Of course. See, that's 5 turns of reduced. How much money did we didn't make much money though. It's a long time, 5 turns. We've got enough money to get through the next couple of turns. I'll be able to get to the next settlement. So improve our strength by a little bit. Okay, that is the end of them. So public order wise, we shouldn't be seeing a revolt here for a good long while. I'm going to force march to the Serpent Coast because there's no army that they're going to be able to send at us by now that's going to be able to stop us. Next stop, Golden Tower. Actually, it might be best to hit Teotihuacan because I know that there's an army there. It's a more valuable settlement. but whatever. Go with the money. Yeah, so we got enough growth that we can get this to level 3. So is that now expired? No, we've still got that for 10 more turns. Not that that's a big deal, but it does add up. Income from post-battle loot. Could be a good way to make some money, but we're too close to the edge. So that's not. When I first saw this campaign, I was like, oh, fuck me, this is a fail. But then I sat there and looked at it for a little while. I'm just thinking, you know, just looking at all the different things, I'm thinking, that army, the thing that I never used, the Rite of Primeval Glory, that'll save us here. But I kept thinking, how could I save Temple of Skulls? And I was just thinking, I can't save it. I can only retake it. Hey, 74 gold, 74 gold. If it keeps them out of our hair, good. Got enough money for 2 turns. Where are we going? Okay, so we can make it to Tirtiki. If we didn't make it there, I would have gone to the Golden Tower. So we can get some... That's easy enough to do, so we can get some more of them. So did that negative growth thing happen? So, right, so 10 more turns and you can build this up to here. Of course you don't have enough money. Oh. Oh no. Oh dear. It's like what I said. They'll eventually hire fucking great units. Can still win this, but we're not walking out of this one without some casualties.
There are better slaves than ours.
Once again, we have to stick together. At least we're at full strength right now. We can beat all those storm vermin. Killing the general early on would certainly come in handy. I don't know if they'll put him in a vulnerable position. Using the enemy's artillery against them could also work quite well. Alright. The enemy artillery will sit over here. We need to fight in a position where the artillery is not going to be able to shoot at us too easily. Over here is usually where I go. So we'll do that. You just hide over here for the time being. They can't hide, right? No healing either. All I've got is this. Stick together, and we might be able to win. If we don't stick together, we're going to have trouble. We went against worse odds, but this time we've got up against a really fresh army. Using this up against their artillery could be useful. Alright. Just keep them out of the way. Same with these, just keep them out of the way. The catapults aren't going to do shit to us. It's the cannons I'm most concerned about. So if we can use all 3 of these to just take out the cannons, that would be good. I don't really want to take out their catapults, because I think the catapults are actually better for us. No, take out the... Lost control of it already. And everyone in. Here we go. There's a lot of clan rats here. Just a few storm vermin. Should be able to handle it. Like, they're not the best troops, but they're suited to this. Yes, that's it. Bring in the catapults. Just have to have everyone stick together here. Use them later. They're going to be doing so much damage to themselves, it's going to be ridiculous. This is our way to victory. Ah, shit, they're using cannons. They still like they're going to hit some of their own units with it, but still, those cannons are a problem. Can't dodge them. Not easily, at least. But already a lot of them broken here. Should we run these guys off the battlefield? Don't give them a chance to recover. Not going too bad. A bit of damage, nothing too bad though. So some of their best units here. Could use this again in a moment, but I might leave it because that artillery is probably doing more for us than them. Then again, cast my things. I should stop it. Need you over here, stay together. So only Kroq-Gar is taking any serious damage, everyone else is fine. We can always pull Kroq-Gar out, you know, he's got that ability that we need. Just gonna keep him over here a little bit. He's just taking too much damage. Everyone else is way less damage than him. But that might be who they're aiming for. One. Not even concerned about these slingers because they just do no damage. They're too heavily armored. How do you go for kills? 45. And this Kroq-Gar out of all of them can replenish the fastest. Yeah, I should see what equipment he's got. Maybe I can get something that might increase his replenishment. Follow on. Better if we're fighting close to the edge over here. Because that way, yeah, because Skaven can continuously break and come back. If we can break them and just get them off the battlefield, that would be worth a lot of balance of power for us. These guys are starting to become uncontrollable, which is a pain. Most important thing is stick together. Now, it won't take the Skaven long to rebuild this army either. A couple of turns, so they're not out yet. This is what, the 5th army we've wiped out? Yeah, assuming we win. That one. Time for rest. Just get stuck on each other. Spears in the way here. Still got these guys here, but sending them in would only decrease our balance of power. They've got no advantage here, so better just keep them in reserve. Sometimes it's better not to use units that just have no value on the battlefield. Shit, get rid of this. Go, go, go. Guess it's pretty useful to stopping these guys from rampaging. You know what? I might do a second episode just because this is a good SYDC. I like this one. I didn't like it when I first looked at it. Who knows how much more Skaven we have to deal with, so I think a second episode is required. I don't think a third one will be. I think the worst of it's over. But if we ever lost this army, that would be bad, because we can't do this again for like 40 odd turns now. So we have to succeed. Okay, looks like we've won. Yep, cool. No casualties. Well, I mean we did, but no units wiped out. That's what I meant. Close victory is better than nothing. I'll take it. Like I said, we need momentum. Take it back. Don't let them rebuild their armies. Take all these territories and put them in their place. Every province that we take away from them is a region that they can't recruit from anymore. Don't have enough movement to sack and occupy, so let's move and occupy. Gained enough money to keep us going for a few turns, and the replenishment will... Yeah, we'll sort that out next time. I'll think about what I need to do there. We can also get more of these, not that they've been particularly helpful. Next stop will be Temple of Avenue Gold, but we'll deal with that with episode 2. So guys, like and subscribe. Part 2's next, and don't forget to visit me on Facebook. See you next time, fuckers.